Welcome back to Spectral Productions video production blog. Where we last left off, we were setting up our IK controls for the leg. We had already set up the FK controls here. We were in the midst of setting up the IK. We set up the floor planes so that we could collide with the ground. This isn't much of an IK controller if it can't control these pivots or the IK handles. So we're going to have to start adding a lot of attributes to this thing. So modify, add attribute, start with the IK blend. This attribute is the same name that is on the IK handles themselves. I find that as a huge convenience. The IK blends on the IK handles are a float from 0 to 1, so we'll match that. What I tend to do is I'll add a controller for each one, and I'll go one at a time. I'll go heel rock, which is, by my definition, rock will be the Z. Then I'll add a heel roll, which will be the X. Then I'll do the same thing for the ball, for the toe, and then I'm going to have an auto rock feature and an auto roll feature, and I'll also have the toe lift. So start by heel rock, heel roll, ball rock, ball roll, toe rock, toe roll, then toe lift, then auto rock, then auto roll. Notice I start all the attributes with the lowercase. That's standard Maya. There's no law against writing your attributes differently, but I like to stay consistent with the way Maya does things. As somebody who's writing scripts and tools, it can be a bit confusing if your translate X starts with a lowercase t, but your custom attributes started with a capital A. It's just nice to be consistent. Okay, so let's start hooking these things up. Probably the easiest thing to do is hook up all those IK blend attributes. Let's come in here to the hypergraph. Map those. Okay. Okay, so there's our IK controller. Right click. These are your compound attributes like rotate, because rotate is actually a collection of 3 simple attributes. But our custom attributes are just simple single attributes. So we'll go IK blend, and we'll put that to the IK blend of the IK handle. That's the second one. Okay, so there's ankle, there's toe. And there's my leg. Notice that IK blend is at 0, so I should be able to rotate this in FK now with no problem. One other thing we want to do is that this can be a problem if you have the sticky on and you move your IK handles, because then they'll snap to the new position. And we don't want those to move relative to where they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these IK handles and we're going to turn off their visibility, because we don't ever really want to see them. And we're going to lock all this. There we go. So now we're going to hook up all these attributes. And what I'm going to do, come up here to set driven key, load that up as the driver, and we're going to select the heel rock, select the heel pivot as the driven, and you'll remember that we said that the rock was going to be the Z and the roll was going to be the X. What we will do, and that's actually not going to work for us like this, because notice how that's orientated to the world and not to the controller. So we're going to have to fix that first. So I'm going to have to unlock these. because I am going to have to unparent them momentarily. toe lift go? Toe lift pivot. IK marker actually should be under here. So there you go. Okay, so that's all fixed. That wasn't too bad. Heel rock. Heel pivot. Rotate Z. So we'll set a key there. Let's set this to 10. Set that to 10. And key it. Let's turn the IK on so we can see that actually working. And you can see it's rocking. One problem, our toe isn't moving. We set up the pull vector, but we didn't actually parent it anywhere. So parent that underneath. That should fix that. So now we have the heel rock. It will rock from the heel. It only goes so far no matter what I set it, and it won't go the other way. Now how do we fix that? You could set that heel rock to really extreme values, but the easier way and the more verbose way is to just edit the curve. Remember, a driven key is basically an animation curve. If you come over here, now most animation curves, you have the attribute's value as a function of time. But this is a driven key, so you have the object's attribute as a function of another object's attribute. But it's still just an animation curve, which means you can do the same kind of edits that you would with any other kind of animation. For example, we see that the curve kind of has this nice little S shape. Well, in this case, we really don't want that. So now if we go pre-infinity and set that to linear, and post-infinity and set that to linear. Oh, there we go. That's better. Now let's try it. There we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and do the roll. Roll's the same thing except in the X. It should be the rotate X, not the scale X. Key that. Set that to 10. Set that to 10. And again, the same trick. Bring that up there. Now we have a rotate X. Let's fix those tangents. And then pre-infinity linear, post-infinity linear. And so now there we go. And I'm going to pause it for now as we duplicate this for the next 4 pivots, and we'll get back when we come to the auto rock and auto roll features. We went ahead and set up the ones on the right. Now you'll notice that as you rock, they're inverted, and that would be kind of what you expect, because if you take the IK off and you rotate these, they mirror each other. So you kind of want all these